Hey, Greg, you wish for a little more action?
I do wish for more action, Mike.
As you wish, Greg. Let's party! Greg, we're just getting started.
Now this is nice.
You got 2 wishes left.
Boxing King Media in association with the Riyadh season. Delighted to be joined by Kristian Blacklock. Kristian, the strength and conditioning coach of Tyson Fury, the guy that's responsible for getting a 6-foot+ giant fit and ready for a fight on Saturday.
Yeah, well, nearly 7 foot. He's in great shape at the moment, and we've just finished one of the last sessions. We'll do a little bit more in the next couple of days, but he's ready, 100% ready.
What we'll start off with, Chris, is, we saw in the initial press conference, I remember Tyson came out and he said himself, he goes, I'm fat as a pig, grey as a badger, and then you must have seen the shape he was in. Were you thinking of, how much harder was this camp compared to the previous ones?
No, it wasn't. I mean, Tyson always puts a little bit of weight on between camps. He's lost a good 25 pounds from that first press conference, but he's done it slowly and steadily, exactly how he wanted him to do it. No crashing weight off. It's just been done exactly how we planned it, with his nutritionist George, and he was already training. He wasn't unfit. This is what people look at Tyson and think, oh, if he's a little bit, carrying a little bit of excess weight, he's not fit, he's not training. He always trains. We've been training for probably about 16-17 weeks for this fight, me and him. I started back months ago with a little strength block before we got George over, before we started with sugar, etc. So we're ready, 100% ready.
There's a misconception, because the most casual people will look at Tyson and go, oh, he's fat, he's overweight, and then he goes in the ring, he's fit, he can box for 12 rounds. So tell them people how the human body can work, because it's not all about muscles, is it? I'm assuming.
No, it isn't exactly. I mean, for a sport that's not a completely anaerobic sport, you don't want to be full of just be completely muscle bound. That the muscles use up oxygen, which is why the more muscular fighters do tend to, they seize up a little bit during like after bouts of heavy activity. So Tyson's secret weapon is what's under the skin there. He's a fit, strong guy anyway. He's strong. Tyson's very strong. Don't get me wrong. I've seen him manhandle sparring partners consistently. But he's got a huge set of lungs underneath there, and that's what people don't realise. So he can maintain a level of intensity for longer. Tyson always comes on strong at the end of fights, and he'll always outlast his opponents. And
with regards to when you're training him, are you bothered about him trying to get him slim, or is it a case of like you train that muscle to fat? How does it work?
I mean, really, we're not trying to make him look good. We're trying to make him be effective. It's for performance, not for a photo shoot, so it's irrelevant how he looks if he performs correctly. Tyson lost a lot of weight. Tyson had his issues back from around 2015 after the Klitschko fight. He put a lot of weight on. He did a lot of damage to his body, and that way, from an aesthetic point of view, that he's not really going to undo. There's a little bit of love handles on the side, etc. But we know what his ideal fighting weight is. And we always are on and around that, given a proper camp and the proper conditions, which we have this time. He's, you can see he's lost a lot of weight anyway. You can see how much better he looks. He is exactly how we want him right now, exactly.
Interesting thoughts there. A bit of a random question, but like fight week, being out in the sun, sunbathing, obviously we see Tyson in the background there, he's been in the sun, he's been in the pool, etc. Do them sort of things affect fight week preparation?
He's not really been in the sun, let's get this correct. He's been in the sun for a few minutes here and there, which is absolutely fine. In fact, a little bit of sun exposure is good for you. That pool's nice and cold, and he's just trained, so we encourage him to go in it after training. It's just a little bit of anti-inflammatory for his body. He has been doing ice baths while we're here as well, but that literally is 10 feet from where we're training, so he can go get in that pool, which is nice and cold, and take the information out of his body. It's covered anyway. There's no sun in that pool, so it's no issue whatsoever. In fact, it's perfect.
Good stuff. And then, Chris, obviously the obvious question is preparation for USYK. Is it a case of just continuation of what he's doing? Because a lot of people suggest that Tyson's biggest asset in that fight will be his size difference, because boxing skills and IQ wise they're both similar. So would you be looking to keep that weight, or are you working like your preparations now? Are you working towards that USYK fight?
Well, first and foremost, this fight is a standalone fight that we have to prepare for on itself, and we've prepared for this fight and this date exactly like we would no matter who we're fighting. So whether it was Deontay Wilder, USYK, Anthony Joshua, any of those supposed like elite heavyweights, we would have approached this exactly the same. Now, if he comes through the fight without any issues, no muscle injuries, no cuts, anything like that, then obviously, hopefully, the plan is to go straight into, short rest and go straight into camp with USYK. And then this camp will be a very, very beneficial experience because he's already match fit. The preparation time does not need to be that long because he's obviously come off the back of a proper camp. So he's always said if he's match fit and he's fighting regularly, he'd be more dangerous. And I believe this could work out if it all goes to plan, which is an if. He could land one punch in the first round, knock NGANNOU out with the first shot, but he could damage a hand, or anything can happen in boxing. So, we can't look beyond this fight. This is the fight that we're looking at. Everything that subsequently follows is a bonus, really.
Good stuff. And just the last question, Chris. Obviously, he's away from family, training away, and it's not just him. A lot of people don't realise it's the people around him as well. So you're away from home, you've been here for a few weeks, and if that fight happens in December, you're going to be away from a few more weeks. So how do you guys cope with that time away from family and work it around with you? Because this is your job, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, we've come away for 2 weeks now, so that's it's a relatively short break. We've done 9-week camps in America on multiple occasions, and it is difficult being away from your family. I've got a daughter, and that's hard being away from her, being away from partners, etc. But we're here to do a job. We're in a lovely place right now. We're getting looked after amazingly by these Saudis. We can't thank them enough. What they've done for us here and what they've laid on is second to none. So we're weighted on hand and foot. So we've got everything we need to make this a successful training camp. So from that side of it, you can see guys in the pool now, and it's the workload when you get down to these last couple of weeks. Obviously tapers a little bit anyway. So we've been able to have little bits of fun, and that makes the time fly, and that makes, we build our team spirit up, and we have a laugh, everyone gets on. It's all very important that we have this kind of like camaraderie, just so that time does go quick and that you do enjoy yourself while it is important to enjoy, and we're part of something amazing. Being around Tyson and these unbelievable occasions, sometimes you forget how lucky you are. So it's difficult being away from friends and family, but we know how lucky we are and we love our job.
I think most people give up their day job to do what you're doing, but again, there are sacrifices, and you obviously highlighted them there.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't swap my job for any other job in the world, so I'm very grateful. I don't feel like I work. If you enjoy your job, you don't really work, do you? That's what I say.
Chris, all the best with fight night and the rest of the year. Thank you for your time.
Brilliant, mate. Thank you very much. Thank you.